Now the ultimate question has to be asked because we saw Gavin Newsom, we saw the incompetency, but where exactly was the mayor of Los Angeles? Because it was reported that she went off to Africa for a special trip before these fires broke out, while knowing that there was the potential for intense wildfires. They knew about the Santa Ana winds, they knew about the weather system, they know that there's been a drought for many, many months. These are all the ingredients that cause these devastations. And where exactly was the mayor in all this? So, this article, this is from Kitz, which is a NBC station, I don't know where, says, why was Mayor Karen Bass in Africa during the LA fires? That's what many people are asking about this. So Mayor Karen Bass was on her way back to Los Angeles Wednesday morning as the city remained under siege from several major wildfires. When the first of the wildfires broke out Tuesday, the Los Angeles mayor was thousands of miles away. Bass was in Accra this week as part of a delegation to celebrate the inauguration of Ghana President John Mahama. So, she knew about the weather system. She knew that this is potential to happen. But yet she had to go not only out of the state, but out of the continent to witness an inauguration of another country's president. Again, this comes into the mindset of these people. I don't want to know what these people are thinking, but obviously they don't have the rational thought to actually have effective leadership. Your city is about to go into blaze. No, I'm just going to go and travel to Africa and watch the inauguration of some rando. She would also meet with the country's first female vice president, Nana Jane Ajman, The Hill reported. During a press conference at 9 a.m. Wednesday, Bass Deputy Chief of Staff Celine Cordero said the mayor would be on the ground shortly. I want to ensure the community and the city, our mayor has been actively engaged 100% of the time the entire last 24 hours throughout this unfortunate event and crisis, she added. Mayor Bass received criticism over the timing of her trip from predominant Republicans as well as Elon Musk and former mayor candidate Rick Caruso. In her absence, Bass' official X account has been sharing frequent updates on evacuation orders and emergency shelters. The mayor also declared a local state of emergency. So, again, if you knew about this and you've been following along, you obviously have your phone there, you're obviously reading up on all this. At some point, don't you think the most rational thing you can do is say, I'm sorry, I got to go back to my town because it's on fire? I'm pretty sure the people of Africa would understand why you're skipping out on a rando inauguration. I'm pretty sure people would understand, hey, your town's on fire, maybe you want to go back and help those people. But no, Karen Bass didn't. She waited till the Wednesday to finally step foot again. To the thousands of families impacted by the horrific fire, the city of Los Angeles is providing resources and shelter as the emergency continues. To the hundreds of brave firefighters and first responders who have been responding all day to this blaze, we thank you. The city is working aggressively to confront this emergency, Bass said in a statement. So, this is a clip of her being confronted. This is from the outlet Sky News, so it's a foreign news agency that caught up with Karen Bass. I think she's at an airport or something. And they asked her about her timing to go to Africa. She was confronted about this. And being that she's caught between a rock and a hard place at this point and really has no reaction to no real remorse on her decision making, this is what unfolded when Sky News asked her, do you think it was right to go to Africa at a time of need for your people? Listen to this.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today?
Can you back up? Appreciate it.
Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position?
Just utter silence. Utter silence. Looking down, probably saying Kumbaya or Amazing Grace in her head. Tried to distract everybody. I can't answer that right now. I'm doing calm yoga. Meditate. How can we send more to Ukraine? We steal $1,000 in taxes and don't do anything with it. Just the obvious signs that she is caught in this. She has no explanation. She can't really explain herself because this is just apprehensible regardless of what people feel about this mayor. So she's just going to sit there. She's going to stand there with a blank stare and look around to try to avoid this guy. Let's watch again.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today?
Can you back up? Appreciate it.
Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster?
So she's staring at a door.
No apology
She can't
for
even
them?
get out.
Do you think you should have been visiting Ghana while this was unfolding back home?
She's stuck in a door. Oh, is this a push or is this a pull? Oh, okay. Not this door. Okay. Walk this way. Walk this way. Just watching this reminds me of when I think it was it was David Menzies of Rebel News tried to interview Chrystia Freeland, and then Chrystia Freeland did the same thing, looked down, tried to look the other way, didn't respond to anything. But when Chrystia Freeland was quote-unquote harassed by the journalist, that's what the legal testimony apparently said, Chrystia Freeland hired an undercover RCMP officer to pose as a civilian to bump into this journalist and then claim the journalist was harassing her. David Menzies was harassing the cop and Chrystia Freeland for asking questions. Like, this is the dystopian mindset of these people. The absolute lunacy of these people. That a journalist is somehow threatening to them. Oh my God, you're asking questions. I feel threatened.
Madam Mayor, let me ask you just again, have you anything to say to the citizens today as you return?
She's stuck in the other door.
Madam Mayor, just a few words for the citizens today as you return to deal with the catastrophe.
Can you take this down?
Wow.
David, as you say, she wasn't very keen to answer any of your questions there. And fire chiefs are also admitting that they just don't have enough personnel to take out the fires.
So there you go, folks. That's the Los Angeles mayor, Karen Bass, refusing to answer or acknowledge a journalist asking questions about her timing and short disappearance at a time where Los Angeles definitely needs strong leadership. And she can't even barge to even respond to this journalist. She has to look at the ground. She has to try to open the door. She has to sneak away from them. She has to go to another door that she can't open. She had to go through the restricted access. I don't know if people saw that. Restricted access area. She can't even be seen in public at this point. So that goes to show you the disgust of the kind of role model that these people are just incapable of. The fact that Karen Bass, Governor Newsom, the just complete disgust from the general public on their just mismanagement, their incompetence in a situation that desperately needs strong leadership, that shouldn't be cutting back on the fire department in one of the driest areas of the state. Like, that goes without saying that you need to invest in fire. You need to invest in fire prevention. How many wildfires happen in California on an average year? And you're going to scale back the fire department. One of the richest states in the nation. 5th largest economy on the face of the earth. And you cut back your fire department. They pay the highest taxes. There's no water. There's no fire services. People are using handbags to dump pool water into extinguishing some one of these flames. Just the utter chaos of a town like this. So here, this guy, tired of being politically correct, says, and just today, Joe Biden sent Ukraine another $500 million. You should resign and disgrace too. And here's the article here. LA County Fire Department donating surplus supplies to Ukraine's first responders. So good for them, for the 0.0001 time that they may have a wildfire. Whereas California, which has it on the regular, gets absolutely annihilated. These people just have no respect for you, have no intention of serving you, have no intention to represent you. These are monsters. These are ghouls. These are soulless monsters that don't give a damn about you whatsoever. And like I said, as sad as it is, it's nice to see that actors have finally cued in to understanding why people are disgusted by Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, and the Democratic Party. Why people voted in droves for someone like Donald Trump. Now, we don't know what Donald Trump has planned for this, but you see why there's so much of this hatred. Due dissidents. Keaton Weiss, Russell Dobler, great fellows there. They tweeted this out, saying Karen Bass at a news conference reads from script. Emergency information, resources, and shelter is available. All of this can be found at URL. She doesn't read the name of the website. Oh my God. This is the leadership you have in one of the wealthiest states in the nation. Listen to this.
Right now, if you need help, emergency information, resources, and shelter is available. All of this can be found at URL. Los Angeles, together is how we will get through this. Through the heroism of our firefighters, the vigilance of Angelenos, and the spirit of our city.
Oh, she says it with such confidency. You can find it all at URL. I want to hear this again. This is hilarious.
Right now, if you need help, emergency information, resources, and shelter is available. All of this can be found at URL. Los Angeles, together is how we will get through this. Through the heroism of our firefighters, the vigilance of Angelenos, and the spirit of our city.
It's like a scene out of Parks and Recreation where it was Chris Pratt's character, I think, where he read the screen looking up like symptoms on WebMD, and he says, "Oh, I found something. You have internet connectivity error." Like, oh my God. How is this possible? How, even with a script, are these people so bad? Joe Biden is one thing. Joe Biden doing this, like, I expect someone like Joe Biden to do it. Obviously, he just has the mental capacity of a mushed potato at this point. But someone like her, and she's responsible for a huge population of the state. Like, Los Angeles is one of the probably top 10 in dense populations, one of the richest areas in the country. And you can't even say the proper name on the website. Oh my God. This is why I have such sympathy for the people of California, because you don't deserve this. There are some good people out there. They're not all liberal idiots or libtards or whatever you like to use. And a lot of them aren't, conservative cucks. They're kind of in the middle. A lot of them are independent. A lot of them are free thinkers, like this show here, that just get caught up in this crazy, just absolutely demented dystopian world that we're in. This is like living a Twilight Zone episode constantly. So
Right.
That was Karen Bass. I just want to also throw this in too. 8 years. So this guy Amuse points out, 8 years after California voted a $7.5 billion water bond to construct water storage facilities, not one project has reached completion. Not one. Not a one. Meanwhile, untold millions of gallons of fresh snow melt and rain continue to flow wastefully into the Pacific Ocean. So all the stuff that Donald Trump's been stating about, how there's a mismanagement of water flow and how California dumps it, that's not hyperbole, that's not conspiracy, that's not Trump using misinformation as Gavin Newsom is trying to combat that during the wildfires. He's more concerned about misinformation, his reputation. Goes to show what a character he is. But this is what happened. In 2014, Californians voted to construct a gateway to get the water runoff to the southern parts because they desperately need it. You're talking about one of the driest areas. It's a desert. It's droughts every single time. And the fact that you're getting water supply from the north and it's just going right into the Pacific Ocean, and you can't use the Pacific Ocean for a lot of things because of the salt water. You don't want to use the ocean water to put out the fires because that ruins the vegetation. That ruins your soil. And here you have clean, fresh water that could easily be used. Easily be used. Just completely getting ruined by that damn smelt. That poor fish has to be in the brunt of all this chaos. So, what's this video here? Oh, this is Gavin Newsom. So, the public is also getting pissed off at Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom. You can see all the tweets and reports about it. But here's another confrontation, this one on Gavin Newsom, of a lady who is trying to confront him, and Gavin Newsom tries to improvise on the spot by pretending Joe Biden's giving him a phone call. Listen to this.
Governor, you got a second? Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
I'm sorry. There's literally, I've tried 5 times. That's why I'm walking around to make the call.
Why is the president not taking your call?
I'm sorry. I'm going to use my NPR voice to tell you that I am currently in a phone call with the president. My phone's not even on, but I'm showing you in my hand because cameras are surrounding you, and I don't want to get caught. Oh my God. This is coming from a state of actors. This is horrible. This is horrible. Maybe Gavin Newsom should take an acting class, resign from politics, and learn how to actually pretend. Because if you're going to be this much of a douche, at least commit to the bit. At least commit. God.
Because it's not going through. So
Why?
I have to get cell service.
So
There's
let's
no
get
cell
it.
service.
Let's get it. I want to be here when you call the president.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now. And it's to immediately get reimbursements, individual assistance, and to help you. I'm devastated for you. I'm so sorry. Especially for your daughter. I have 4 kids. Losing to school.
Everyone who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one and building another. Governor, please tell me, what are you going to do with the president right now?
We're getting the resources to help rebuild.
Why was there no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be. Has to be. Of course.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing
To
everything
fill the
I
hydrants. I would fill them up personally, you know that.
I literally have.
I would fill up the hydrants myself.
I understand.
But would you do that?
I would do whatever I can.
But you're not. I see do you know there's water dripping over there, Governor? There's water coming out there. You can use it.
I appreciate it. I'm going to make the call to address everything I can right now, including making sure people
I'd
are
like
safe.
to make sure you do. Can I have an opportunity to at least tell people you're doing what you're saying you're doing? Could somebody have a contact? Can I have your contact information?
Right there.
Gavin Newsom, ladies and gentlemen. Now you know why people call him Gavin Newscum. Because that's the kind of character this guy is. He's a scumbag. He's a horrific, narcissistic, psychomaniac scumbag. As you saw there. And if you're going to play to the bit, pretending that you're on the phone with the president and you're doing everything that we can in our great NPR voice. We're going to try and do this. I'm going to sound like Matthew McConaughey, nice, suave, and cool. But you're not going to get anything. We're doing everything we can, but really it's just all for show. The cameras are here. I just want to look cool and suave in this situation. We're trying everything to do with our fire hydrants, but the fire hydrants won't get water because I'm such an idiot. I cared so much about a little fish that's everywhere instead of bringing water to the people that need it. Like I said, California does not deserve this. And my heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to the general public. And obviously Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass, anybody else in this horrific government, in this state alone, should be held accountable. There should be investigations on just how horrific all this is.